Puff and some more people, because they had a little beef with Suge and everything, went to the FBI with some paperwork on Suge. That's how the FBI started getting at Suge. And when that information come out, it's gonna be crazy.
Hip-hop music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent tonight in handcuffs. He's accused of assaulting one of his son's football coaches at UCLA.
Why have you never stood next to nobody? Because you studied the 48 Laws of Power.
Nah, man, that's whack. And he knew exactly what I meant, because he'd been standing next to something his entire career.
Right.
He stood next to Biggie, you put hot on him. That's stand next to the fighters you want, right? You stood next to Mace, stood next to Jock. Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere.
He's not wrong. Y'all are fucked.
Nobody survived him.
You all are fucked.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Please, people, help me help you. Who's first?
That is crazy. That bodyguard just said that the FBI has information that is going to change our whole view on Diddy, basically. That's not exactly what he said, but he said there's information that the FBI has that once it's revealed, everything's going to be, like, everything's going to be, you know what I mean? Crazy. So there's some information that the FBI has that once they reveal it, it's going to change your entire view on Diddy. Everything you thought about Diddy, and your view of him was probably already very negative. But everything you thought about him is much worse, and it's about to be exposed by the FBI. There's information that is going to come out, and it's going to absolutely destroy Diddy. Okay, like this is going to crush him. Like the only thing he will be able to stand on after this is that $1 billion estate that he has. That's all he'll be able to stand on after this comes out, because he ain't gonna have no respect to stand on. Definitely not. After everyone finds out what happened with the FBI and Biggie and all that. And then 50 says, oh, everyone you've been around went nowhere. Basically, you sacrificed them. And basically, Charlemagne's asking him, he's asking him like, yo, you're into the 48 Laws of Power. Why aren't you following this law, etc.? Why don't I catch you doing this, doing that? Exactly. And we know 50 Cent made, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure 50 Cent made a book called The 50 Laws of Power, like playing off the 48 Laws of Power. I'm pretty sure he literally made a book called that. It might not be him, but I think it was him. I'm almost sure it was him who made that book. And so he's really about the 48 Laws of Power. Like, he cares about that more than most people do. You know what I mean? Even more than most people in Hollywood. Like, he really follows the 48 Laws of Power. And Charlemagne's like, why don't you follow this one? You know what I mean? Diddy follows this one, and he's like, I can't follow that one. I ain't trying to move like Diddy. I'm not trying to move like Diddy. And we know he is avid, like he's an avid follower of the 48 Laws of Power. So that one is more of a sellout law. You know what I mean? It's more of a law that the elites are going to use to their advantage, and people like that are going to use to sacrifice people and to gain some type of benefit through that law. Okay, so it's a more sinister and bad law and a more shady thing to do. So there you go.
According to 50 Cent, Diddy is at the center of Biggie's murder, which is terrible enough, but the rapper has been fighting homosexual allegations for over a decade, okay? He and a few other famous people. Fans, however, have taken a different tack, showing up en masse to back 50 Cent's new charges and pointing out that this isn't the first time Diddy has been accused of wrongdoing. Hold on, because the ride is about to get choppy. If you were around when Diddy was known as Puff Daddy, you probably remember how famous that name became. Bad Boy Records was an influential record label in the late 90s, releasing a string of hits that were huge on radio and dance floors alike. The tracks were accompanied by flashy music videos with colorful suits and spectacular effects.
Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead.
Disturbing trends have emerged after analyzing the Bad Boy Records roster of artists. Reports surfaced about Diddy's treatment of his musicians and some questionable transactions that took place behind closed doors, despite the ostentatious display of bright colors and showy clothing. Perhaps even more shocking is the fact that several Bad Boy Records artists have died young, either homeless or in jail. The most startling development, however, was the increasing number of musicians who left their careers to follow a monastic vocation. More than 3 of Diddy's former bandmates have given up music to follow a religious or spiritual path, and others have tragically lost their lives. Singer-songwriter Jaguar Wright, who is well known for revealing Hollywood secrets, has spoken out about Diddy and his continued success at Bad Boy Records in recent years. She disclosed that 5 people originally founded the label, 3 of them have since passed dead, while Al B. Sure is currently in a coma. Wright dubbed Diddy Honeycomb since he was the only member to weather the storm. Wright also said that the other 4 members had planned to publish memoirs before their untimely deaths. Sadly, Al B. Sure did not emerge from his coma, although even he had started writing the book before the tragic accident that took his life. Wright speculated that someone may have tried to thwart the publishing of these illuminating publications because of the sensitive information they carry. The internet exploded in outrage after 50 Cent declared that everybody connected to Diddy was doomed to failure or destruction. Many people accused 50 Cent of actively working to destroy Diddy's reputation. Even Diddy's most
See, Jaguar Wright is correct. It's just like when you ever hear about those situations where, like, okay, for example, in a RICO case, the entire gang, YSL, for example, the entire gang's gonna go down, okay? The only time, whenever you can look and you can see a couple people who didn't go down, or this specific person here didn't go down, that's usually the snitch. That's usually the person who's cooperating. That's usually the sellout, okay? The equivalent of a sellout. A snitch in a gang is equivalent of a sellout in real life. Like that's the type of like same type of vibe y'all are on. You know what I mean? You're basically selling out so that you could benefit yourself for worldly or material benefit, and really worldly benefit, freedom. Okay, so yeah, that it's proof, and the proof is in the pudding. Whenever you see something bad happens to everyone around someone like that, and they're all, it's like if the whole gang gets raided and the whole gang gets arrested, but this one guy, nothing happened to him. He got off fine. Everything's good with him. He's probably the one who, you know what I mean? He's probably the odd one out who actually like he's probably the snitch essentially, you know what I mean? He's probably the one who's benefiting off of this situation, and he's the only one who's gonna end out scot-free because he's the one who's cooperating with them peoples. He's the one who's selling out. Okay, that's the exact type of thing that's going on with this. You can easily see it. Whenever there's someone and only one person escapes out of everything, they're the one who's causing the chaos. They're the one who's benefiting from the chaos, bro. That's why they're the only one to escape. You gotta wake up to this. Don't be naive.
Fans began to have doubts about him as more facts about his actions became public. Mase, a 19-year-old rapper, retired unexpectedly after achieving enormous success with Bad Boy Records between 1996 and 1999. Mase, whose real name is Mason Betha, shot to fame with the release of his debut album, Harlem World, which was certified 4 times platinum. The hip-hop world was taken aback by his abrupt career change to full-time preaching. Mase said God inspired him to leave the music industry and seek enlightenment. He felt responsible for the way his rap music had misled others and decided to turn his life over to God. There was a lot of uproars when Mase announced his retirement. Why did he decide to stop being a musician? How could a 19-year-old rapper named Mase suddenly decide to leave the profession and become a minister? One source wondered, after Mase had a profound spiritual experience, it prompted him to leave the music industry and start Sane Ministries, an acronym for Saving a Nation Endangered, where he now serves as Minister Mase. Anyone who wants to harm you will think twice when you're with the Lord, the insider stated. Think about it, he's the only one who came out on top. Another Bad Boy Records artist, Loon, had a similar experience. He became interested in faith. He changed his name to Amir Junaid Muhadith after releasing his first album with the company in 2003, after which he converted to Islam. Loon left the music industry and settled in Egypt after undergoing a spiritual awakening. He remained there till 2011. The longer time passes, the more questionable claims are made regarding Diddy. It's not necessarily the fact that he's homosexual or bi that's at issue here, but rather the allegations that he utilizes.
See, so that's crazy. Even the timeline shows it. The only people who got out of Bad Boy unscathed, like the only people who got out of Bad Boy unscathed, quote unquote, or and didn't have all these issues that everyone had and didn't end up dying or ended up super broke or nothing like that, is the people who ended up turning to God. They left that demonic, satanic energy. Do you know what I mean? They ended up leaving that. And even if they didn't turn to, they could have turned to anything else besides that. Like, they didn't even have to turn to the Christian God. You saw one of them became Islamic. As long as you get away from that demonic, satanic energy in Hollywood, like the demons in Hollywood are real. You know what I mean? When she said that he had a profound spiritual experience, that's exactly what probably happened. Okay, he probably saw real demons before. I told y'all, I've talked to demons before. Not that I wanted to. I didn't want to. Like, they invaded my home. Do you know what I mean? And like, and they posed themselves as my mom, literally appeared as my mom, manifested as my mom, sounded exactly like her and everything. And she was asleep while the whole thing was happening. So I know it was real. You know what I mean? I can explain that in another video, but like this video and comment that below if you really want to see that. And I'll definitely give y'all that video. But yeah, no, demons are real. The demons in Hollywood are real. He probably saw a demon. He probably had to speak to, he probably had to do rituals and appease demons in rituals to actually get into Bad Boy Records. Like, he probably had to do a lot of bad stuff, bro. A lot of demonic stuff, a lot of satanic rituals. He might have drank baby blood. Who knows what he did? You know what I mean? To be with Bad Boy and be with Diddy and be around that energy. So he probably seen all those spirits and all those specters and all those demons messing with him, and he was probably getting schizophrenic, which is really just demons talking to you. Schizophrenia is not a real thing. It's just demons talking to you. It's not a real actual thing. Doctors and scientists, they're all lying about this. They will not tell you that the energy around you is demons talking. It is not a real... Schizophrenia is not what you believe it is. It's not. It's demons, okay? And so he was probably getting all schizophrenic and getting all scared and everything. And he was like, I got to get out of here. I got to turn to faith, like, for real. And that's the only people who got out of there unscathed. Everyone else, they got sacrificed to some demon, or they got, you know, they got the bad end of that stick. That's what happens when you enter through the Faustian bargain. For real.
His sexual orientation to dominate others. Artist and tell-all Jaguar Wright said in a video posted to Instagram in 2020 that Diddy had coerced men musicians into sexual practices with him for power. Wright claimed that she had retained the services of an entertainment attorney who had recently left Diddy's record company, but did not reveal the lawyer's identity for fear of retribution. Wright claims that the attorney disclosed to her certain disturbing happenings within the record label in confidence. The altercation allegedly occurred when Diddy's attorney arrived to get consent for some documents during a meeting with singer and New York City actor Christopher Williams, potentially to finalize a demo contract. The door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in. Wright said, when she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing Fellatio on Puff. The unexpected sight embarrassed the lawyer, but it did not worry her too much. She held her cool until D-Man asked her whether she planned to report it the next day. He reportedly asked her in an aggressive tone. He allegedly responded rudely when she asked him politely why he hadn't closed the door. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do in my building. It's power. See, Diddy told the lawyer, if I could make a man suck my dick, I could make people do anything for money. According to Wright, Diddy warned her he would ruin the attorney's life if she told anyone about their relationship. Wright cautioned, you better not try to do nothing to her either. She ain't had nothing to do with you being no sodomite, forcing men to do degrading acts just so you could prove how fucking powerful you are. Former Diddy bodyguard Gene Deal immediately affirmed that Jaguar was telling the truth in the video after she finished her rant. In his words, I know that for a fact because I was right there. He said, yo Gene, watch the door and don't let nobody come through. I said I'll watch the door, and if I watch the door and him and a man ran out naked, and I said that ain't nobody told me that. I saw that myself. I'm telling you what I saw. Subsequently, the ex-bodyguard published another video in which he claimed that his time with the music mogul had led him to a deeper faith and a greater appreciation for the Bible. And the one that came out here to let you all know that I've seen some of the demon stuff, he said, Bad Boy Records artists reportedly suffered financial loss, emotional damage, and suffering after signing with the label. It's possible that some of them were the targets of an unfair prosecution, while others met untimely ends. Several employees of Diddy's may have resorted to Christianity as a result of the traumatic experiences they witnessed on the job. The musicians who worked with Diddy turned to religion for comfort and inspiration, and many of them made dramatic changes to their lives as a result. It's possible they saw something so horrific they needed to find solace in a religious institution to recover their sanity. The rapper Diddy's bodyguard has spoken publicly about his conversion to Christianity after experiencing demonic things on the job. But the rapper has been mum on social media about the whole matter, and given his track record, it's highly unlikely that he will speak out about it anytime soon. It's hard to determine which is which when it comes to Diddy, but for many of his admirers, this might be true or false. A Twitter user stated, but the moral of the story, Biggie was a sacrifice for Diddy, and everybody he signed after that was pawns to get richer. My opinion. And I'm sticking with it. I wouldn't sign with Diddy even if I was desperate. Another added, writing, I don't know if the Illuminati is real or not, but if it is, P. Diddy is definitely one of the generals. Keep in mind, however, that the video presents the author's own conjectures and opinions and should not be treated as fact. And that's all for now. Until next time, bye.
Dude, I would rather be homeless on the street than literally signed to Bad Boy Records with P. Diddy. Are you out of your mind, okay? But no, even the bodyguard said that he's seen the demon stuff, the quote-unquote demon stuff, the satanic stuff, the demons. Even the bodyguard said he's seen the demons, bro. That is insane. Just imagine the demons in Hollywood. If you've watched the Gary, Indiana stuff with the Hell House with Matt, and you've seen what Matt can do, how he can make kids run up walls backwards, how he can make oil bleed from the walls and blood bleed from the walls. He could follow the police home and literally invade their houses and terrorize them. The police, even the police and the doctors, they all admitted that this is real, and they're sellouts. They don't want to admit this. They will never admit this unless they're being affected directly. You know what I mean? This is the power that the demons in Hollywood have. In fact, they're 100 times stronger than that Matt demon in the Gary, Indiana Hell House. And you remember how strong that demon was. And the demons in Hollywood are way stronger than that. They can grant people fame. They can grant people riches. They can sacrifice people's family members. And they can, like, they have so much power, the demons in Hollywood. They're on a whole nother level. He said he's seen the demons. That is crazy. That is crazy to me. But yeah, and even Jaguar Wright, her story was corroborated by the bodyguard. So we know that Jaguar Wright don't be capping. That's crazy. Jaguar Wright don't be capping, y'all. Jaguar Wright don't be capping. She really be having some type of receipt somehow. I don't know how she be getting this type of info, but she really be having she be having this type of knowledge, she knows to this type of stuff. You know what I mean? She be hip to this type of stuff. And so that's just crazy to me. That's crazy that they're all like the ones who actually made it out turned to Christianity and turned to other religions because they noticed the demonic and satanic stuff going on at Bad Boy Records. So this, if what I'm saying doesn't confirm it to you, then that should confirm it to you. If anything else doesn't confirm it to you, that should confirm it to you. That the only people who actually came out of Bad Boy Records unscathed, quote unquote unscathed, are the people who like went and sought faith. You know what I mean? And got away from that. You know what I mean? So that tells you everything that you really need to know about this industry and entering through the Faustian bargain, which is something that you should never, ever do, okay? Literally, you should never do that. Just stay independent, gain your own fan base or whatever, and do things that way. That is always going to be more beneficial for you, okay? And anyways, you're going to get shelved by a label as soon as your music starts to do, like, your music will start doing 2,000 less views, and you're going to get shelved. So you might as well just not even sign to a label. At least you can control when you release music on your own. At least you're not a slave. You know what I mean? If you're an independent artist watching this. So yeah. If you enjoyed this video, like the video. Link to Patreon's in the description. You can DM me on Instagram to book a consultation if you want to learn how to just make content how I'm making it. And you don't have to make content how I'm making it either. You can make content in any way that you want to. The tips are just general tips that I'm going to be teaching you how to make money online. And so if you want to do that, you can book that. If you really enjoyed this video, just watch another video. You know, that'll help me more than anything else. Watching another video and liking the video as well. These things will really help me more than you would ever know, you know? So people say they want to support the content. You can support the content. You guys control how good these videos do. Don't let this message die. You guys control this. Like, I don't know why you guys think it's magic. It's not magic. You know what I mean? Like, it's you guys. You guys watching it and pushing the video out is what is going to do that. Now, it is me too. I need to put out like a good thumbnail, but it's like, just click it anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I can't predict every time the thumbnail perfectly. Like, you just got to click it and just know it's going to be good. If you care about the truth, click the truth. Okay? Every video I make is the truth. So you shouldn't even think twice. You should just see Noah's Rant and click it. You shouldn't even think. You don't even need to think. See my name and click the video. Okay? Like, it shouldn't be no thought process at all. You shouldn't be questioning my video next to the next one about which one you're going to click. No, you should see my video next to any video and then click mine. Do you know what I mean? Or unless it's someone who's also a truther, maybe. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. All right, this is Nose right here. If you enjoyed this video, be easy, y'all. Oh, if you enjoyed this video, like the video. But yeah, be easy, y'all.